Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to do a quick video about how I play GME using AlgoPro. So you guys know that AlgoPro is something, it's one of my favorite tools. It's something that really has helped me with my trading. And I'm not really one for playing these meme stocks, so I thought I'd give it a shot using AlgoPro a couple days ago. So yeah, let's talk about that. First of all, though, I just wanted to make sure you guys know about this opportunity by Rockwell Trading, so I'll leave a link in the description below. It'll take you to this page where you can register for this webinar. It's on Thursday this coming week, and so it's a new strategy that Marcus from Rockwell Trading has come up with. I think it's some type of new scanner that he's basically designed and built. Not 100% sure what it's about. I'll be going. I'm pretty excited about it because often these products from Rockwell are really good quality. There's a huge following, and I'm hearing stories of this thing selling thousands already. So this will be a webinar about how he does this, but there'll also be like a product that he sells obviously at the end of it as well. That's usually how these things go. So definitely check that out. You have to just register here and yeah, check it out. It sounds really exciting. Small amounts of money into much larger amounts very quickly is always good. So this sounds like it's something for everybody from small accounts to large accounts. Definitely check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. Other thing I wanted to make sure you guys see or have access to is this basically Lance from Theta Traders and I put together this really simple ebook, and basically it's how to make money with no risk. So when somebody tells you something has no risk, usually it's some sort of scam, but you know, I'm not selling anything with this, with this. So it's just a cool way that we came up with, well, not came up with, but cool way that is kind of becoming more popular to basically buy an ETF and just sit there and let it generate money with no downside risk. So like yesterday, they deposited $160 into my account right here, and that was just from holding this ETF. So if you want to learn more about that and how you can use some of the basically the cash that's in your brokerage account that you're not particularly using at that point, so obviously you don't use all of the cash in your brokerage account at once, you might want to check this out. Put your email in and it'll send you the book. So it's short, very short read, and it just teaches you how to make this easy, risk-free money basically. And that's what I like most about it, is it's risk-free, which is very unusual in the trading industry. So definitely check that out. Put the book here. Alright, so GME. So for you guys that don't know much about GME, I'm not a huge GME, GameStop, AMC type of person. I ignored most of this when it was going on during COVID, so 2021. But I did watch the movie Dumb Money. So if you haven't watched that, it's on Netflix. And it features Mr. Roaring Kitty, or Keith Gill, I think his name is, and how he was able to not manipulate, but actually manipulate the stock GameStop. So he basically was able to build up a big enough following showing his accounts that he was able to really get a lot of people on board, and he squeezed all the big hedge funds. This was one of the coolest stories. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. One of the coolest stories pretty much of all time, in my opinion. The way that this worked out is all the elements of a fantastic story. So if you haven't watched it, go and watch Dumb Money because it's really good. It's on Netflix. Anyway, he came back, so he took a hiatus for 3 years. So you can see he streamed 3 years ago here. This is his YouTube account, and you can see he streamed yesterday. Well, actually, he streamed 5 hours ago. I'm not sure why it says that because it's now June 9th. So, yeah, basically, he did this live stream, and everybody was anticipating his comeback because it had been 3 years. And he'd already started posting on Twitter, and every time he posted, something would happen to the stock GME. It would go up, usually, and it'd sell off, and then go up. So everybody thought that by posting this live stream, he was going to pump GME up massively, or that was kind of the consensus. And they were all like tuned in to watch it. And it was kind of an anticlimax for everybody. If you were there and watched it, it was kind of weird. And so I don't normally play this nonsense, usually, because it's pretty much just gambling, right? So the only thing that I did do was on Friday, right here, is he was scheduled to speak at 11. So on this candle right here, this is the 1 minute chart. You can see this is 11 o'clock on Friday the 7th. He was scheduled to do this live stream, this one right here. And he didn't turn up, he didn't turn up for half an hour, which was crazy. But what I decided to do is, instead of just, buying this and hoping, I looked at AlgoPro, and I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get AlgoPro on the 1 minute chart. And sure enough, about an hour before, so the hour leading up to his presentation, we got this fairly bullish price action, right? Not huge. We went from 32 to 38, right, pretty quickly. Now, I know a lot of people are trying to double, triple, quadruple, 10x their money with GME, but you can still play it like a normal trade. So my trade thesis here was really simple, is that we have a catalyst coming up at 11, which was his live stream. And I figured that most people would be, or there'd be a certain percentage of people buying stock in GME in order to be positioned for the live stream in case he said something like his catchphrase, which is, I still like the stock, or I like the stock, which he actually did do, but it actually didn't have much effect on the stock at all, probably because we're in a different era now than we were in 2021. Anyway, the way I played this, and the way you can continue to play this if you want, is when there's catalyst events like he's scheduled a live stream, then you can just play the run-up, right? So there was this run-up. And when confirmed with the AlgoPro buy, I basically bought calls, $50 calls here, and just sold on the way up here. And so nothing fancy. You can do this with any catalysts, combined with something like AlgoPro, makes things very, very easy. And so that was really easy money for me. And you can see what happened, which was interesting. As time went on, we got this massive sell signal on AlgoPro, followed by this huge red candle. And the reason for this is people started to freak out because they'd bought into this position, thinking that, he was going to come on and pump it up and it was going to triple, straight away. And when he didn't show up on the dot, this sold off pretty heavily all the way back down to where I bought it. Then he actually turned up around here. And this is how predictable people are. It's so crazy. So his presence still affects the stock, but not in the same way that it did. He basically didn't turn up, so this thing sold off. And you can see that we got like a fake buy here, 8 minutes in, and then it sold again, sell signal all the way down to here. And then he showed up, the live stream just turned on, and boom, straight away people were buying the stock again. However, it was really odd the way he showed up, and that caused a sell-off as well. So it started to sell off straight away. You got sell signal at AlgoPro, and this thing just sold off as he was talking, which, people, I think, had realized at this point that it wasn't quite the same, that there wasn't going to be this huge pump. And this thing sold all the way down and just kept selling and selling all the way down. And this was despite the fact that Mr. Roaring Kitty was basically saying the same thing, that his thesis hasn't changed and that the stock is still good. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you an example of how you can combine a catalyst, like even just a live stream by a well-known guy, with an AlgoPro as like confirmation. So you can do this into any events. I think if he does it again, so if he schedules another live stream, I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be looking for a confirmation with AlgoPro and a run up into the event. And I'm glad he didn't hold it through the event. I think a lot of people were anticipating a big move up in the stock, but I've learned over the years that you can never count on that. Even if, like, say you did this with an earnings call, even with earnings, like, it can report good earnings. Like, Roaring Kitty reported good vibes on the stock, but the thing still goes down. And that happens with earnings. It can happen with anything, really. So the best bet, in my opinion, is to play the run-up into these things and get out before the actual event. And I got taught that very early on in my trading career. And when you combine it with a really cool tool like AlgoPro, you can make some fairly stress-free money. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. I'll put the links for AlgoPro. I'll put a link for Marcus's from Rockwell Trading's webinar registration below as well. And also the Roaring Kitty YouTube channel as well. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.